Everyone's favorite CNN primetime anchor Don Lemon is now claiming that only so-called privileged people are complaining about critical race theory in classrooms and that they need to take a seat and be quiet. Listen to this exchange with his CNN colleague Chris Cuomo.
I don't want people lecturing my kid like, hey, you're white, you're bad because of this and this. I said, why do you think that's what it will be? I said, that's the only problem, is your perception.
That's the whole thing about what privilege is that people don't like to have their pleasure interrupted, their peace interrupted. So the folks on the other side, stop making it about you.
Wow, Kennedy, these two are wizards. Why don't we take a look and watch that there are lots of parents that have issues with this indoctrination.
You talk about critical race theory, which is pretty much going to be teaching kids how to hate each other, how to dislike each other. That's pretty much what it's going to, that's pretty much, I don't care what you say, it's pretty much what it's going to all come down to. You're going to deliberately teach kids, this white kid right here got it better than you because he white? You're going to purposely tell a white kid, oh, the black people are all down and suppressed. How do I have 2 medical degrees if I'm sitting here oppressed? How did I get, first of all, time up, because I only got 5 minutes now, 5 minutes. 2 medical degrees, no mom, no dad in the house, worked my way through college, sat there and hustled my butt off to get through college. You gonna tell me somebody that looked like all y'all white folks kept me from doing that? Are you serious?
Ooh, preach.
Kennedy.
Well, he actually is vocalizing what a lot of parents feel, regardless of their racial or ethnic makeup. And critical race theory, it is about racial redistribution and, you know, this thing called equity, which has been pretty ill-defined in this conversation. It is incredibly divisive, and critical race theory is, you know, it's not only hard on white kids, but also Jewish kids and Asian kids as well. And, you know, once they are subjected to this prism, it only gets worse going to places like Harvard, that Kaylee is very familiar with. If you're an Asian woman trying to get into Harvard, good luck to you.
And Steve, Kennedy brings up the issue when you don't have specificity and you just operate in generalized concepts. And on top of that, for example, in the state of California during the 2-year rollout, the loudest protests were, yes, other and additional minority communities who took lots of issues, too many to count on this hour-long show, with this type of theory being taught.
Exactly. As you mentioned, the California Ethnic Studies curriculum, which has been such a controversial topic. You know, the first version of that was blatantly and clearly anti-Semitic, for example. And actually what you've seen over the past few months as this has really accelerated around the country, this imposition of racist and divisive and hateful critical race theory, is a parade of, let's just be, you know, black parents going to school boards and raising the alarm, saying, I don't want my children taught this poison. And so the idea that this is just privileged white people, you've got a whole parade of people from all backgrounds contesting this. And for Don Lemon to say that, I mean, you know, they constantly accuse us, don't they, on that other channel of Fox News propaganda. That is just a lie. There's no question. He's just lying. And he's lying to make a political point, because we can show the tape one after another of black parents standing up against this racist poison. And Don Lemon says it's all privileged white people. And by the way, there is an issue of racial injustice in this country. What are the solutions to that? That's what we should be talking about, not this kind of nonsense. The solutions are conservative ideas, like strong families and family stability and school choice. And there was a time when Don Lemon argued for that on TV. He argued for that, spoke up for those things that would actually help address the problems of racial injustice. But now he's just parroting this pathetic propaganda. And it is so unhelpful to all of us who actually want to see equal opportunity for every American of every race.
And in addition to those principles, Harris, something that would help to destroy this is also an appreciation of freedom of thought. And in addition to the theory itself sort of putting people into boxes, we're now hearing that those that dare to think for themselves and voice their opinions of it, if it's contrary, then they too are shoved into a box.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. And Stephen Kennedy just took us to school on what it's like to be a black parent in any regard throughout all of this, whether your children are also African-American or biracial like me. You know, because it comes down to, as you say, putting us in a box. We're not allowed to go forward. We have to stay the same. And so that means that we're going to be dictated to on who to love, even though maybe some of the laws on the books don't say that across America anymore. But what you're saying by telling half my family that one has more power than the other half, well, which side do you choose in my household? Because we don't teach things based on the color of our skin. We teach things on merit and diversity of thought, as you're saying, Emily. But there's no room for us now. We don't fit the box that says, no, you're supposed to see your color and your victimhood first, and then go forth and make everybody else accountable. Well, my goodness, when is there going to be time to work on our dreams? This dream that I have of being here took me my whole life to get here. I'm not going to give that away just because somebody thinks that I'm not living the way they want me to live, and to be angry about the things they want me to be angry about. And I'm not a privileged white person, and I am pushing against this because it's about, at the end of the day, something that makes us all equal in America. Reaching. And we are reaching, and it has not been perfect. And I got news for you. The pandemic showed us it's not perfect. We have areas that we need to work on. But we'll get there if we work together and don't divide each other along these low-hanging fruit lines. I mean, this is just weak. It's weak, and we are strong.
It's weak and it's destructive. And to Harris's point, you are condemned, frankly, to a civic death, to a cultural death in this country now by the left, if you dare to focus on simply reaching your dreams or what unites us rather than what separates us.
That's right. And Don Lemon, so you have to be privileged and you don't want your pleasant life interrupted if you're opposed to critical race theory. No, Don. Maybe you're a father like Ty Smith, who doesn't want your little son or daughter to be taught that they are oppressed and that they will have to navigate a systemically racist country that is at its core rotten. Maybe you are a white father or mother who doesn't want their 5-year-old being taught that you are an oppressor because you are white. No, Don. And when it comes to painting with the broad brush, I'm sick of Don Lemon telling me who is opposed to critical race theory and who isn't. I'm sick of him telling me that Trump voters are rubes, as his panelist says, and he laughs, who can't point out a country on a map. Get rid of that broad brush, Don, because it's not working for you, and it's insidious, and it's tearing us apart.
That's exactly right. It's not working for him, as his viewership is showing.